Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Floki. Meet Floki, the utility token of the community-powered Floki ecosystem. For open community review and is subject to change. Floki is the utility token of the Floki ecosystem. The Floki ecosystem is a community-powered ecosystem that aims to give people control of their finances through 4 key utility offerings. The Valhalla NFT Metaverse game. The Floki University Crypto Education Platform. DeFi. The FlokiPlaces NFT and Merchandise Marketplace. The Valhalla NFT Metaverse game. Valhalla is Floki's NFT Metaverse game that aims to tap into the $1 trillion Metaverse industry. Floki will be the main utility token of the Valhalla Metaverse. The Metaverse industry is a $1 trillion annual revenue opportunity, and with projected annual revenue of $400 billion for the Metaverse gaming industry by 2025, Metaverse games will benefit mostly from this growth. Valhalla is Floki's NFT Metaverse game that will be powered by the Floki token. Valhalla will feature A-level game mechanics on the blockchain. This includes on-chain gaming interactions and upgradable NFTs. Valhalla will be quite unique due to the robust play-to-earn mechanics it will feature. A gardening system. In-game characters known as Vera. A robust battle system. An in-game ship system. An items system. These play-to-earn mechanics will allow users to earn and collect Floki tokens by playing Valhalla, thereby making Valhalla a viable way for millions of people to generate an income. Players will be able to communicate, monitor each other's progress, and encounter one another in the Valhalla Metaverse. Valhalla will be powered by Floki tokens. Valhalla is designed to take a huge chunk of Floki tokens out of circulation and into the Valhalla ecosystem as adoption increases, since Floki is going to be the main currency of the Valhalla world. The only way to buy in-game items in Valhalla will be with in-game tokens, which will be Floki or can only be bought with Floki. Valhalla will also incentivize people to spend Floki to advance through the game more easily. This enhances utility and drive actual demand for the Floki token. The Valhalla team. Valhalla is currently being developed by a team of 11 people with combined team experience of over 50 years and plans to aggressively expand to a team of 20 to fast-track development. This team is led by Mr. Brown Whale, a renowned crypto veteran, NFT expert, an Ether Cards Council member, and Jackie Shu, a blockchain veteran who has been in the industry for a decade and has worked with some of the biggest names in crypto. Jackie Shu has worked on blockchain since 2012 and has actively worked on smart contracts since 2017. Before that, Jackie worked as a software engineer and technical lead on projects ranging from large social networks to anti-fraud transaction processing systems for the traditional finance industry. The team developing Valhalla is made up of 2 sound engineers with extensive experience not only in gaming, but also in creating musical scores for, among others, Netflix, an illustrator, a character modeler, an animator, and an overseeing art director. In addition, there are 2 Unity game developers working on Valhalla that have been working with that engine since 2008. They've seen the good and the bad, and will be working on a wonderful game client for Valhalla. Then there's a game designer and a lore master with more than a decade's worth of D&D role-playing experience that is being used to enhance the Valhalla narrative and world history, as well as writing out the lives of the various in-game NPCs. Finally, there is a QA guy whose focus is to ensure the game development is flawless. The Floki University Crypto Education Platform. Floki University is Floki's attempt to fill the crypto education gap for the next billion users that will be discovering crypto in the coming years, all while creating awareness for the Floki. Floki University is Floki's attempt at disrupting crypto education. Crypto growth data indicates huge demand for crypto education. There are 5.1 billion internet users in the world today according to. Yet, only 300 million are into crypto according to research by In other words, only 6% of internet users use cryptocurrencies. This means there is a huge gap between people currently using cryptocurrencies and people who don't use cryptocurrencies yet but will soon, and the data agrees. Adoption data shows that crypto is growing much faster than the internet did in its early days, and that there will be at least. Floki University is FLOKI's attempt to fill the crypto education gap for the next billion users that will be discovering crypto in the coming years, all while creating awareness for the Floki token. About Floki University. Floki University is led by Dr. Amanda Kavanagh. Dr. Amanda Kavanagh has spent the past decade focused on the science of learning in the classroom and research settings. With a specialty in personalized immersive learning utilizing machine learning and artificial intelligence, she has been featured for her work on the Immersive Research Learning Network podcast, served on the board for several virtual reality-based educational conferences, and a featured expert speaker at the Alliance for the Improvement of Science Literacy for All conference at Beijing Normal University. Completing her PhD April 2020 in the Curriculum, Instruction and the Science of Learning program of the University at Buffalo, concentrating on machine learning applications in computational cognitive neuroscience. A certified educational technology specialist, Kavanagh is a New York secondary public school science teacher, college professor and master teacher fellow. She has taught STEM-based courses at the high school and at the university level. She teaches courses on the spread of digital information and in the relationship between data and society. Kavanagh focuses on the applications of new technology on learning with interdisciplinary work based on cognitive psychology, the neuroscience of behavior, psychophysiology, and computer science. Kavanagh plans to bring her experience as an educator and curriculum designer to Floki University, where crypto and blockchain education is part of the community movement. Floki University and the Floki token. Floki University will be a two-edged sword for the Floki token. By becoming the premier crypto education platform, Floki University aims to strategically introduce the Floki ecosystem to billions of new crypto users who are learning about crypto on its platform over the coming years. The Floki token will be the main utility token of Floki University. While most of the content will be freely accessible in line with FLOKI's goal of accelerating mainstream crypto education, the Floki token will be required to perform certain functions in Floki University. DeFi. Floki aims to provide access to DeFi to its hundreds of thousands of holders through strategic partnerships and integrations. Floki has integrated Chainlink price feeds in order to be able to provide DeFi access to FLOKI's 400,000 plus holders. The Chainlink integration solidifies FLOKI's position as a movement token able to offer DeFi to its users. By leveraging the Chainlink price feeds, Floki has been able to achieve an integration with two of the most respected DeFi brands. Inverse Finance. Barnbridge. The Floki pool on Inverse Finance lets Floki users earn interest on their Floki tokens by staking it and using Floki as a collateral to borrow WBTC, ETH, YFI, Inverse Finance's native dollar stablecoin. The Floki pool on Barnbridge Smart Alpha lets Floki users hedge against inflation and price volatility by locking their tokens in a senior or junior pool that gives them protection against downward volatility and leveraged exposure. Besides these two offerings, Floki continues to pursue strategic DeFi partnerships integrations to give Floki holders more control of their finances. More importantly, Floki plans to introduce its own DeFi product in the near future. The FlokiPlaces NFT and merchandise marketplace. FlokiPlaces is FLOKI's attempt to disrupt crypto commerce by creating an environment that lets people trade NFTs and merchandise with crypto. Floki will be the main currency of the FlokiPlaces marketplace. Technology. For open community review and is subject to change. The Floki token. The native cryptographically secured fungible protocol token of Floki Inu, ticker symbol $Floki, is a transferable representation of attributed utility functions specified in the protocol code of Floki Inu, and which is designed to be used solely as an interoperable utility token thereon. $Floki is a functional multi-utility token which will be used as the medium of exchange between participants on Floki in a decentralized manner. The goal of introducing $Floki is to provide a convenient and secure mode of payment and settlement between participants who interact within the Floki ecosystem without any intermediaries such as centralized third-party entity, institution, credit. It is not, and not intended to be, a medium of exchange accepted by the public, or a section of the public, as payment for goods or services or for the discharge of a debt, nor is it designed or intended to be used by any person as payment for any goods or services whatsoever that are not exclusively provided by the issuer. $Floki does not in any way represent any shareholding, participation, right, title, or interest in the company, the distributor, their respective affiliates, or any other company, enterprise, or undertaking, nor will $Floki entitle token holders to any promise of fees, dividends, revenue, profits, or investment returns, and are not intended to constitute securities in the United States, Singapore, or any relevant jurisdiction. $Floki may only be utilized in the Floki ecosystem, and ownership of $Floki carries no rights, express or implied, other than the right to use $Floki as a means to enable usage of an interaction within the Floki ecosystem. $Floki is an integral and indispensable part of the Floki ecosystem because without $Floki, there would be no incentive for users to expend resources to participate in activities or provide services for the benefit of the entire ecosystem. The $Floki token is an ERC-20 and BEP-20 compliant token with special features. There is a 3% Floki tax on every buy and sell transaction. That 3% tax goes to a Treasury wallet. The funds in the Treasury wallet will be used for further development of the Floki ecosystem and marketing activities aimed at ensuring adoption. Floki is cross-chain and is available on both the ETH and BSC chains. The Genesis NFT collection, also known as the Diamond Hands Non-Fungible Token NFT collection. These are a series of ERC-721 compliant tokens that were presented as rewards to initial airdrop receivers and the first batch of buyers. There are 4 different tiers in the Genesis collection: Bronze, Silver, Ruby, Diamond. Each NFT in this collection has a specific clarity value. The utility of this value is not disclosed to the public yet. In addition to this value, each NFT has a chance to receive one of the following hidden attributes: X, Y, Z. These values and utilities of these hidden attributes are not disclosed to the public yet. The Floki Gemstone Collection. The Floki Gemstone NFTs are an exclusive set of new Floki NFTs that give holders a sort of VIP access and exclusive benefits. There are 3 Gemstone NFTs. Aurum Gemstone of Truth. Holders will be excluded from fees when using Floki products. This includes forever free access to all premium Floki University courses in the future as well. Holders will get a unique advantage in the Floki NFT Metaverse Valhalla. Diamond Mine Gemstone. Holders will have access to all the features Aurum Gemstone of Truth NFT holders have. Holders will be among the first set of people to get access to the Floki debit card when it launches. Ruby Heart Gemstone. Holders will have access to all the features of the other Gemstone NFTs. Holders will get airdropped a portion of future tokens that launch within the Floki ecosystem. Cross-chain bridge. Floki users are able to bridge their tokens from the Ethereum network to the Binance Smart Chain network and vice versa in minutes. The system powering this cross-chain exchange is the platform Multi-Chain Protocol. Divide and Conquer. For open community review and is subject to change. The Floki token is available on more than one blockchain. Each blockchain Floki is on has its own strong points that allows the Floki ecosystem to thrive on it. As of right now, Floki is available on the following blockchains: Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain. Floki was originally launched on the Ethereum blockchain with a total supply of 10 trillion. However, shortly after its inception, Floki launched on the BSC network with a supply of 10 trillion in order to tap into the massive BSC user base to grow the Floki ecosystem. Floki holders are able to bridge their tokens between the BSC and ETH blockchains within minutes by using the atomic swap protocol powered by their Floki ETH BSC atomic swap bridge facilitates a 1:1 swap that allows Floki holders to move their tokens seamlessly between the BSC and ETH blockchain. Due to the 1:1 swap, the supply and price of Floki between ecosystems are connected. FLOKI's 3% transaction tax is not applied when users bridge tokens between blockchains. This means you won't pay the Floki transaction tax when moving tokens between the ETH and BSC chains. You will only pay the tax when doing usual buying and selling transactions. Breakdown of Floki token distribution on the BSC and ETH blockchains. Here's a breakdown of the Floki token burnt out of circulation. 1.43 trillion burnt on ETH. 1.16 trillion locked in ETH bridge. 3.50 trillion burnt on BSC. 4.56 trillion locked in BSC bridge. That's 10.65 trillion tokens permanently out of circulation across both chains. Circulating available supply. This makes FLOKI's actual supply, available circulating, more or less tilde 9.35 trillion. In other words, the maximum amount of Floki tokens circulating and tradable in the market should not be more than 9.35 trillion. Treasury Tax. It's all about growth. For open community review and is subject to change. Each trade has a small fee deducted to pay for marketing ventures and the further development of the Floki ecosystem. These ventures allow Floki to reach out to worthwhile technology and marketing partners to further develop and build out the plans for the Floki ecosystem. The marketing wallet is secured through a multi-SIG protocol. What this means is that the marketing wallet is not controlled by a single team member. For even one fraction of an Ether or BNB to leave the marketing wallet, at least 4 of the signatories on the multisig must sign off on the transaction. This ensures that the marketing funds is truly being used to develop the Floki ecosystem. Address and chain table. The treasury funds are mainly used for 2 things. First, it is used for the continued development of the Floki ecosystem. This includes hiring devs, facilitating partnerships, and compensating contributors to the project. Second, it is used for ensuring fast-tracked growth and adoption of the Floki ecosystem. This includes sustaining an aggressive marketing campaign, paying for CEX listings, paying for ads, onboarding influencers and ambassadors, paying for promotional charity donations, and sponsoring real-world events and promotions. The team has exciting plans that will require significant money to implement. Stay tuned. The marketing tax on all buys and is as follows. Network. Binance Smart Chain. Percentage. 3%. Network. Ethereum. Percentage. 3%. The marketing tax will be reduced as sufficient funds are collected in the Treasury wallet. There is no tax on transfers. Legal disclaimer. For open community review and is subject to change. Please read the entirety of this legal disclaimer section carefully. Nothing herein constitutes legal, financial, business or tax advice, and you should consult your own legal, financial, tax or other professional advisor before engaging in any activity in connection herewith. Neither Floki Limited, the company, any of the project team members, the Floki Inu team, who have worked on Floki Inu, as defined herein, or project to develop Floki Inu in any way whatsoever, any distributor, vendor of $Floki tokens, the distributor, nor any service provider shall be liable for any kind of direct or indirect damage or loss whatsoever which you may suffer in connection with accessing this white paper, the website at https://www.floki.com, the website, or any other websites or materials published by the company. Project purpose: you agree that you are acquiring $Floki to participate in Floki Inu and to obtain services on the ecosystem thereon. The company, the distributor and their respective affiliates would develop and contribute to the underlying source code for Floki Inu. The company is acting solely as an arm's-length third party in relation to the Floki distribution, and not in the capacity as a financial advisor or fiduciary of any person with regard to the distribution of Floki. Nature of the white paper: the white paper and the website are intended for general informational purposes only and do not constitute a prospectus, an offer document, an offer of securities, a solicitation for investment, or any offer to sell any product, item, or asset, whether digital or otherwise. The information herein may not be exhaustive and does not imply any element of a contractual relationship. There is no assurance as to the accuracy or completeness of such information, and no representation, warranty or undertaking is or purported to be provided as to the accuracy or completeness of such information. Where the white paper or the website includes information that has been obtained from third-party sources, the company, the distributor, their respective affiliates and/or the Floki Inu team have not independently verified the accuracy or completeness of such information. Further, you acknowledge that circumstances may change and that the white paper or the website may become outdated as a result, and neither the company nor the distributor is under any obligation to update or correct this document in connection therewith. Token documentation: nothing in the white paper or the website constitutes any offer by the company, the distributor, or the Floki Inu team to sell any Floki, as defined herein, nor shall it or any part of it nor the fact of its presentation form the basis of, or be relied upon in connection with, any contract or investment decision. Nothing contained in the white paper or the website is or may be relied upon as a promise, representation or undertaking as to the future performance of Floki Inu. The agreement between the distributor or any third party and you in relation to any distribution or transfer of Floki is to be governed only by the separate terms and conditions of such agreement. The information set out in the white paper and the website is for community discussion only and is not legally binding. No person is bound to enter into any contract or binding legal commitment in relation to the acquisition of Floki, and no digital asset or other form of payment is to be accepted on the basis of the white paper or the website. The agreement for distribution of Floki and or continued holding of Floki shall be governed by a separate set of terms and conditions or token distribution agreement, as the case may be, setting out the terms of such distribution and or continued holding of Floki, the terms and conditions, which shall be separately provided to you or made available on the website. The terms and conditions must be read together with the white paper. In the event of any inconsistencies between the terms and conditions and the white paper or the website, the terms and conditions shall prevail. Deemed representations and warranties: by accessing the white paper or the website, or any part thereof, you shall be deemed to represent and warrant to the company, the distributor, their respective affiliates, and the Floki Inu team as follows. In any decision to acquire any Floki, you shall not rely on any statement set out in the white paper or the website. You will and shall at your own expense ensure compliance with all laws, regulatory requirements and restrictions applicable to you, as the case may be. You acknowledge, understand and agree that Floki may have no value. There is no guarantee or representation of value or liquidity for Floki, and Floki is not an investment product nor is it intended for any speculative investment whatsoever. None of the company, the distributor, their respective affiliates, and all the Floki Inu team members shall be responsible for or liable for the value of $Floki, the transferability and or liquidity of $Floki and or the availability of any market for $Floki through third parties or otherwise, and you acknowledge, understand and agree that you are not eligible to participate in the distribution of $Floki if you are a citizen, national, resident, tax or otherwise, domiciliary and or green card holder of a geographic area or country, where it is likely that the distribution of $Floki would be construed as the sale of a security, howsoever named, financial service or investment product and or 2. Where participation in token distributions is prohibited by applicable law, decree, regulation, treaty, or administrative act, including without limitation the United States of America, Canada, and the People's Republic of China, and to this effect you agree to provide all such identity verification document when requested in order for the relevant checks to be carried out. The company, the distributor and the Floki Inu team do not purport to make, and hereby disclaims, all representations, warranties or undertaking to any entity or person, including without limitation warranties as to the accuracy, completeness, timeliness, or reliability of the contents of the white paper or the website, or any other materials published by the company or the distributor. To the maximum extent permitted by law, the company, the distributor, their respective affiliates and service providers shall not be liable for any indirect, special, incidental, consequential or other losses of any kind, in tort, contract or otherwise, including, without limitation, any liability arising from default or negligence on the part of any of them, or any loss of revenue, income or profits, and loss of use or data arising from the use of the white paper or the website, or any other materials published, or its contents, including without limitation any errors or omissions, or otherwise arising in connection with the same. Prospective acquirers of Floki should carefully consider and evaluate all risks and uncertainties, including financial and legal risks and uncertainties, associated with the distribution of Floki, the company, the distributor and the Floki Inu team. Floki token, Floki are designed to be utilized, and that is the goal of the Floki distribution. In fact, the project to develop Floki Inu would fail if all Floki holders simply held onto their Floki and did nothing with it. In particular, it is highlighted that Floki does not have any tangible or physical manifestation, and does not have any intrinsic value, nor does any person make any representation or give any commitment as to its value. Is non-refundable and cannot be exchanged for cash, or its equivalent value in any other digital asset, or any payment obligation by the company, the distributor or any of their respective affiliates. Does not represent or confer on the token holder any right of any form with respect to the company, the distributor, or any of their respective affiliates, or its revenues or assets, including without limitation any right to receive future dividends, revenue, shares, ownership right or stake, share or security, any voting, distribution, redemption, liquidation, proprietary, including all forms of intellectual property or license rights, right to receive accounts, financial statements or other financial data, the right to requisition or participate in shareholder meetings, the right to nominate a director, or other financial or legal rights or equivalent rights, or intellectual property rights or any other form of participation in or relating to Floki Inu, the company, the distributor and all their service providers. Is not intended to represent any rights under a contract for differences or under any other contract the purpose or pretended purpose of which is to secure a profit or avoid a loss. Is not intended to be a representation of money, including electronic money, security, commodity, bond, debt instrument, unit in a collective investment scheme or any other kind of financial instrument or investment. Is not a loan to the company, the distributor or any of their respective affiliates, is not intended to represent a debt owed by the company, the distributor or any of their respective affiliates, and there is no expectation of profit, and does not provide the token holder with any ownership or other interest in the company, the distributor or any of their respective affiliates. Notwithstanding the $Floki distribution, users have no economic or legal right over or beneficial interest in the assets of the company, the distributor, or any of their affiliates after the token distribution. To the extent a secondary market or exchange for trading $Floki does develop, it would be run and operated wholly independently of the company, the distributor, the distribution of $Floki and Floki Inu. Neither the company nor the distributor will create such secondary markets, nor will either entity act as an exchange for $Floki. Informational purposes only, the information set out herein is only conceptual and describes the future development goals for Floki Inu to be developed. In particular, the project roadmap in the white paper is being shared in order to outline some of the plans of the Floki Inu team, and is provided solely for informational purposes and does not constitute any binding commitment. Please do not rely on this information in deciding whether to participate in the token distribution, because ultimately, the development, release, and timing of any products, features, or functionality remains at the sole discretion of the company, the distributor, or their respective affiliates, and is subject to change. Further, the white paper or the website may be amended or replaced from time to time. There are no obligations to update the white paper or the website, or to provide recipients with access to any information beyond what is provided herein. Regulatory approval. No regulatory authority has examined or approved, whether formally or informally, any of the information set out in the white paper or the website. No such action or assurance has been or will be taken under the laws, regulatory requirements, or rules of any jurisdiction. The publication, distribution, or dissemination of the white paper or the website does not imply that the applicable laws, regulatory requirements, or rules have been complied with. Cautionary note on forward-looking statements. All statements contained herein, statements made in press releases or in any place accessible by the public, and oral statements that may be made by the company, the distributor, and or the Floki Inu team, may constitute forward-looking statements, including statements regarding the intent, belief, or current expectations with respect to market conditions, business strategy and plans, financial condition, specific provisions, and risk management practices. You are cautioned not to place undue reliance on these forward-looking statements, given that these statements involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may cause the actual future results to be materially different from that described by such forward-looking statements, and no independent third party has reviewed the reasonableness of any such statements or assumptions. These forward-looking statements are applicable only as of the date indicated in the white paper, and the company, the distributor, as well as the Floki Inu team expressly disclaim any responsibility, whether express or implied, to release any revisions to these forward-looking statements to reflect events after such date. References to companies and platforms. The use of any company and or platform names or trademarks herein, save for those which relate to the company, the distributor, or their respective affiliates, does not imply any affiliation with, or endorsement by, any third party. References in the white paper or the website to specific companies and platforms are for illustrative purposes only. English language. The white paper and the website may be translated into a language other than English for reference purpose only, and in the event of conflict or ambiguity between the English language version and translated versions of the white paper or the website, the English language version shall prevail. You acknowledge that you have read and understood the English language version of the white paper and the website. No distribution, no part of the white paper or the website is to be copied, reproduced, distributed, or disseminated in any way without the prior written consent of the company or the distributor. By attending any presentation on this white paper or by accepting any hard or soft copy of the white paper, you agree to be bound by the foregoing limitations. FAQ. Does it matter whether I buy Floki on the Ethereum blockchain or the Binance Smart Chain? Generally, no. Because there is a bridge that you can use at any time, the pricing of the tokens remain relatively the same. For example, if you purchase Floki on the Ethereum blockchain, and then when you are ready to sell you see that the price of Floki is slightly higher on the Binance Smart Chain, you can always bridge your tokens to the Binance Smart Chain and sell for the higher price. There is no fee to bridge. Is the liquidity locked on both chains? Yes. Liquidity is locked for 265 years on the Ethereum blockchain and for 265 years on the Binance Smart Chain. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.